Hi there, welcome back. Well done for getting onto your mat. Today we're going to work with a 25-minute practice, incorporating some twisting postures. As always, we're going to use the breath to help guide the practice, to help support the physical movements, and also keep the mind nice and steady so that we're very much present in what we're doing. So with that in mind, let's just start in Samastiti, standing with the feet shoulder width apart and closing the eyes, just coming back to your breathing, forming a light connection at the back of the throat, that gentle hissing sound that we use when we're working with ujjayi breathing. So just breathing quietly in and out through the nose and just lengthening the breath out by creating a light bit of friction at the back of the throat. Feels a little bit like you're sighing, doing that on the inhale and the exhale, and just regulating the breath so it becomes nice and smooth and even. Let the weight settle between both feet. Let your arms relax. Chin slightly tucked in, so the crown of the head lifting upwards. And then as you breathe, using the exhale, just to let the weight root down through the feet. And then inhaling, allowing the chest and the tummy to expand freely. So there's both a feeling of stability in the posture, but also a feeling of being at ease and comfortable. In a moment, we're going to take 4 movements with a variation of the standing forward bend. So we're going to start by breathing in and raising our arms up in front towards the ceiling, taking them nice and wide, just letting the arms float up from the shoulder joint. And then as we breathe out, we're going to hinge forwards from the hips, bending forwards as if we're leaning over a bar, letting the arms go and releasing the knees if you need to. On an inhale, you're going to push down through the legs and bring the arms out to the side to halfway, flattening the back. And then as you breathe out, we're going to hinge back down towards the floor, lowering the arms, letting the head go. And as you come up, pushing down through the legs, raising the arms all the way up in front, overhead. And then as you breathe out, lowering your arms back to your starting position. We're going to take this 3 more times. Breathing in, raising the arms. Breathing out, bending forwards from the hips. Notice that movement in the tummy. As you breathe in, rooting down through the legs, flattening the back as we come to halfway, with the arms out to the side. As you breathe out, hinging back down from the hips, let the arms follow towards the floor. Push down through the legs to come up. Let the arms float up in front, all the way up towards the ceiling. And then as you breathe out, lowering the arms back down in front, pausing and repeating 2 more times. As you breathe in, the body opens. As you breathe out, tummy muscles draw in, hinging forwards. Nice long breath out. As you breathe in, the chest expanding as we take the arms out to halfway and the back flattens. And again, as we breathe out, feeling the tummy muscles draw in, letting the arms go. Coming up on an inhale, lowering the arms on an exhale, taking 1 more. Opening as you breathe in, bending forwards as you breathe out, opening to halfway as you breathe in and the back flattens, arms out to the side. Head just stays in neutral, so the chin is slightly tucked in, the back of the neck long. And as you come down, letting the crown of the head drop. As you come up, the arms are nice and light, using the legs to push up, tilting from the pelvis, and lowering the arms as we breathe out. pausing for a moment, let your arms soften, your breath settle, before we take some movements in the standing twist. I'm going to talk you through 4 dynamic movements in a modified version of the standing twist to warm up. You might want to stick with this one as we progress through the different variations. That's absolutely fine. You just do what's right for you. To get into position, we're just going to turn to our left and step out with the right foot with a nice wide stance. So resting the arms alongside the body, we're going to breathe in and raise the arms up over the head. And then as we breathe out, we're going to bend forwards from the hips, but this time we're going to sweep the arms in a big circle behind us to the lower back, holding the wrist. And then as you stay there, we're going to breathe in, lift the left shoulder, follow with the head, and then breathe out, lower. And as you come up, we're going to breathe in and sweep the arms all the way back up, and then lowering on an exhale, before we take the same movement. So breathing in, raising the arms up in front. Breathing out, big circle with the arms to the lower back, holding the wrist. This time we're just going to work into the right side of the chest, so letting the chest lift as we just come into a light twist in the thoracic area, the upper back. Breathing out, lowering the head, releasing. And as we breathe in, sweeping the arms all the way up in a big circle over the head, and then lowering the arms in between. Breathing in, raising the arms up in front. Breathing out, bending forwards, spread leg forward bend, sweeping the arms in a big circle to the lower back, holding the wrist, letting go. Inhaling, looking to your left as the chest lifts and opens, keeping the hips square, just working into the upper back. Exhaling, releasing. And then breathing in, coming up, sweeping the arms in a big circle. Lowering the arms in between. And then we'll take one more. Breathing in, raising the arms up in front. Breathing out, bending forwards, sweeping the arms in a circle to the lower back. Hold the wrist. Breathe in, let the right side of the chest open, turn your head to the right. Breathe out, lowering back down. Release the hands, and as you breathe in, just sweeping the arms all the way back up overhead and lowering the arms back in front as you breathe out. Resting there for a second. And then we're just going to grab some blocks, placing them in the middle of your mat, not too far away from you. And then we're going to take a slightly different variation. As you breathe in, we're just going to raise the arms up in front as before. This time, as we breathe out and bend forwards, we're going to take the arms down forwards towards the blocks, hinging from the hips. And then we're going to place both hands towards the center of the block. But taking support from your left hand, you're just going to push the left hand down into the block, and you're going to take your right arm up towards the ceiling, so the right side of the chest opens, following with the head. And then as you breathe out, bringing your head back to center, bringing the right arm back down. And as you come up, push down through the floor, raising the arms up overhead, and then lowering in between as we breathe out. So we're going to take that to the other side, breathing in, raising the arms up in front, hinging from the hips as we bend forwards, taking the arms in front towards the block. Release the knees if you need to. This time, take support through your right hand, so right hand anchors down as the left arm lifts up to the side, up towards the ceiling, turning the head to follow, chest opens. No twisting in the hips, all the movement is happening in the spine. Exhaling, coming all the way back down. And then breathing in, raising the arms up in front as you push down through the floor, use the legs. And then lower the arms as you breathe out. Let's take that 2 more times, so 1 to each side. Breathing in, raising the arms up in front. Breathing out, bending forwards. Breathing in, taking support through the left hand and letting the right side open as you take the right arm up towards the ceiling. Breathe out, lower the arm, head comes back to center, crown of the head dropping, and then breathing in, raising the arms up over the head, and breathing out, lowering the arms. Breathing in, raising the arms up in front. Breathing out, bending forwards. Noticing the tummy muscles drawing in to make space. This time, take support down through the right hand and let the left arm open out to the side, up towards the ceiling. Remember, the twist is happening in the spine, not the hips. Chest nice and open. As we breathe out, the arm comes back down, head to center. And then breathing in, push down through the floor to come up, arms nice and light. And then lower the arms in between. So we've got the option of taking a slightly more advanced version for this next one, so we can move the blocks out of the way if you found that one quite comfortable. This time we're going to breathe in, raise the arms up in front and bend forwards as we breathe out, just as before. However, your hands are going to be on the floor now, and as you root down through the left hand and let the right arm lift up, you might find it a bit easier to bring that bottom hand a little bit closer towards the opposite foot. As you breathe out, bring your arm back down, let the head go and bring your arms back to the center. And then we're going to stay here and take the opposite side. So bring your right hand towards the left foot, root down through that right hand and let the left side open. You take the left arm up and then breathing out, lowering the arms back to the center, head to center. Breathing in, pushing down through the feet and then lowering as you breathe out. I'm going to take that one more time. Breathing in, raising the arms up in front, bending forwards as you breathe out. You might want to bring your left hand a little bit closer towards the right foot as you raise the right arm up and open the right side. Breathing out, bringing the arm back down, coming to center, then take the opposite side. So root down through the right hand, maybe bring it a little bit closer to the left foot, let the left side open, and then breathing out, coming down. Breathing in, raising the arms up over the head, and breathing out, lowering. Finally, we're going to take one static movement, this time breathing in, raising the arms. And as we breathe out, bending forwards into the spread leg forward bend. This time we're going to leave the twists and we're just going to stay for a few breaths. If you want to, you can just bend the elbows, hold alternate elbows, so you're kind of making a cradle. And we're just going to work with the breath, letting gravity assist, letting your spine lengthen and release down towards the floor. Breathing into the backs of the legs. Nice long breaths. When you've taken 4 breaths, you can keep the arms as they are if it's okay, and push down through the legs to come up. Use the legs to push you up, opening the chest, and then releasing the elbows as you breathe out, lowering them down to the side. And that's it for our standing postures. So we're just going to step back and then come down into a downward cat position, just kneeling with the hips back towards the heels. So with the arms about shoulder width apart, we're just going to breathe in and come through onto all fours, letting the weight go down through the arms, the chest lifting and opening, and then breathing out, taking the hips back towards the heels. We're going to take 3 more movements, just gently mobilizing the spine, breathing in to come through onto all fours, dropping between the shoulder blades as the chest opens through, lifting the chin slightly, and then breathing out, lengthening back towards the heels, rounding the back of the body. Take a slight pause, soften, and then breathing in, opening through into cat, and breathing out, lengthening back into downward cat. Taking 1 more, keeping that movement nice and smooth. Let the breath guide, so breathing in opens, and then breathing out, lengthening, gently compressing the abdomen and softening. Take a short rest in downward cat, and then we're going to take 4 movements in hanging cobra. So same for this one, we're going to work nice and smooth movements, but this time as you breathe in, you're going to slide your hands a little bit further forwards as you come through so that you can drop your hips and let the chest open. As you breathe out and take the hips back, engage your tummy muscles and then just let your arms slide back as the hips come back towards the heels. Keep the arms straight as you come through. Let the chest lift and open, and just make sure that you can just gently draw your shoulder blades down. And then as you breathe out, take the hips back, engage your tummy muscles and let the arms slide back to their starting point. And take 2 more, trying to distribute the work evenly across the whole of the front of the body, so opening from the thighs up through the abdomen and the chest. And then as you breathe out, lengthening from the tailbone to the crown of the head. As you breathe in, remember to slide the arms first. Keep the arms straight so we don't collapse in the chest. Breathing out, engaging your tummy muscles. Arms can be nice and light, just sliding them back. Well done. Just rest for a moment. And then when you're ready to, we're just going to prepare to take a more traditional version of the cobra, which is going to work and strengthen the muscles across the back of the body. We're going to start gently, and with each repetition, you've got the option to make it slightly harder. Just start by coming onto your front, resting your forehead onto the floor, and then resting both of the hands either side of the head alongside the ears, with the palms face down. For this version of the cobra, we're going to move on the exhale. So we're going to start by breathing in. And then as you breathe out, you're just going to sink your pelvis into the floor and allow your chest to lift and open, the head lifting off the mat slightly. As you breathe in, see if you can stay there, shoulders release back. And then as you breathe out, bring your head back down to the floor. If that felt okay, you can walk the hands a tiny bit back on your mat and take the same movement. So breathe in, stay, breathe out, see if you can sink the pelvis, the chest lifts off the mat, head lifting. As you breathe in, let the body, the spine lengthen and open, and as you breathe out, gently coming back down, head to the floor. Again, if you want to, walk your hands a little bit further back in line with the chest. You can let the elbows lift, stay as you breathe in, long exhale, sinking the pelvis into the mat, letting your chest open, lifting the head and the chest, staying as you breathe in, spine lengthening, and as you breathe out, bringing the head back down to the floor. If you want to try a harder version, you can take the arms out of the equation, place them onto your lower back, and as you breathe out, sink the hips. Stay as you breathe in, crown of the head lifting and lengthening away, and as you breathe out, come back down. Well done. Take a little bit of a rest, release your hands, your arms, and then we'll just push back into downward cat, just letting the back of the body lengthen before we come onto our backs to take some counter posture. When you're ready to, we're just going to come down onto the floor with the knees over the chest to take Uttanasana, placing the hands onto the knees as if they're glued to the kneecaps. As we breathe in, we're going to let the knees move away as the chest expands, and as we breathe out, just going to gently allow the knees to draw back towards the chest as the tummy muscles draw in, gently massaging the tummy and the lower back. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Just take that 4 times. And then just resting with the feet on the floor. Bring the side of the feet together, knees together, and your arms out to the side, halfway with the palms turned up. And then we're just going to take the lying twist. So we're going to stay as you breathe in, and then as you breathe out, you're just going to take your knees down to your right, turn your head to the left, and then breathe in, walk the knees back to the center, head to center, and gently move in the other direction. Imagine the knees are like the pendulum of a clock, nice and even, continuous movement from side to side. Breathing out to take the knees down, and then breathing in to bring the knees and the head to center before taking the opposite side. Once you've finished the round that you're on, we've got the option of staying with this variation, or you can bring the knees over the chest to work with a slightly more advanced version. Once you've chosen which version you're going to work with, we're going to take 4 movements, staying for a breath. So you're going to breathe in, and then when you're ready to breathe out, take your knees down to your right and gently turn the head to the left if it's comfortable. You can keep the arms as they are, or you can bring the right hand to rest on the right leg if it helps, just to give you a little bit more support. Stay for a breath, and then breathe in, bring the arms to the floor, knees to center, and breathe out in the other direction. And stay for 1 breath. Imagine you're breathing into the right side of the body, knees softening as you breathe out, shoulders rooted to the floor as you breathe in and come to center, and then take 1 more to each side in the same way. Breathe into the side of the body, release as you breathe out. Come to center as you breathe in, and then take the other side. Stay for 1 breath. Shoulders rooted to the floor as we breathe in and come back to center. And then you've got the option of taking 1 more round to each side. Breathing out, moving down to the other side, and this time if you want to, you can stay for 4 breaths. So you've really got time to soften and allow the muscles to release. You can have the hand resting on the knees or on the floor, whichever's more comfortable. Let the feet relax. Watch the breath. Nice deep breaths. Once you've taken 4, then we can breathe in and bring the knees back to the center. And then on an exhale, we can take the other side, gently taking your knees down, turning your head in the other direction. And if you want to, resting the hand onto the knees. Stay for 4 breaths. Inhale opens the space in the rib cage across the side of the body. Breathing out, releasing, softening the knees. Checking we're not holding in the shoulders. Again, once you've taken 4 breaths, root the shoulders to the floor, bring the knees to center, and this time we'll just take a little bit of counter posture by coming back to Uttanasana with the hands resting onto the kneecaps. Breathing in, letting the knees gently roll forwards, and breathing out, drawing the knees towards the chest. Just taking 3 more. Once you've taken 4, then just resting the feet onto the floor, stretching both legs out, turning the palms up, and just returning to a really comfortable position in Shavasana. Take your time to settle. Let the weight of the body be supported by the ground, just allowing yourself to be still and to breathe easy. And then I'd like to invite you to finish our practice today with a little bit of seated meditation and pranayama, breathing practice, incorporating some movement for the neck and the shoulders. So when you're ready, if you want to just roll to one side, come up into a seated position, maybe sitting with the legs crossed if that's comfortable, on a block or a cushion so that you're able to keep that length in the spine. If that's not comfortable, try kneeling, or come onto a chair so that you can sit nice and upright. Place your palms down onto the knees or the thighs and close your eyes. Come back to Ujjayi breath. Take a couple of breaths, and then when you're ready to, on your next inhale, we're just going to gently bend the elbow of the left hand, bringing the hand so that it's facing towards the front of the room. And then as you breathe out, you're going to gently place the left hand onto the right shoulder, following with the head so that you're looking to your right. As you breathe in, you're going to bring your head back to the center, hand back, facing in front, and then breathing out, lowering the hand to the knee. As you breathe in, you're going to take the opposite side this time, so raising the right hand, bending at the elbow, and then as you breathe out, taking it to the left shoulder, turning your head to follow. Breathing in, bringing the hand back to center, the head to center, and then breathing out, lowering the hand back to the knee. Just going to take that 4 more times. So you're breathing in, raising the hand, breathing out, gently turning the head, taking the hand to the opposite shoulder. Breathing in, bringing the palm so that it's facing in front again, head to center, and then lowering as you breathe out. Breathing in, raising the opposite hand, bending at the elbow, nice and light movements. Breathing out, taking it to the opposite shoulder and following with your gaze. Breathing in to center. And then breathing out, lowering the hand. Take 1 more round in your own time. Really feeling how light the movements are. And once you've completed to each side, just resting with the palms onto the knees, letting go of Ujjayi breath and just coming to a still point to finish your practice.